It will never make sense.
One of our viewers got in touch and wants us to ask this question. Russ Brown wanted us to ask you if you really believe that those profiting from human trafficking will think, oh dear, I have to check your digital ID now. I can't carry on paying you £1.50 an hour to work in my sweatshop.
I am absolutely convinced that amongst the reasons that people travel through France, which is a safe country, to come to the United Kingdom, amongst the reasons is because it's easier to work in our illegal economy than it is in other countries. And we have to deal with that.
Bosses who are prepared to hire people illegally are not asking them for their national insurance card. So what's the evidence? What makes you think they're suddenly going to ask them for a digital ID?
See, when something doesn't make sense, it's not true. And that as a mentality should be adopted generally in the general populace. But this is why gaslighting is so popular as a tactic and why it's used so far and wide, because it gets you questioning, and everybody's been victim to it. A lot of people continue to be victims of it in every day on a big scale in relationships, and that's why I like to use relationships as the sort of benchmark. Imagine that abusive relationship. Imagine being with the gaslighting abusive partner, and you are seeing one thing, but they're telling you something completely different. You're like, what? And then it kicks in regards to the cognitive dissonance, because you want to believe them, because you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, because you want things to be better, when the reality is something else. It all starts to get very confusing. And then the various stages of the gaslighting, which is why you never get answers and why nothing seems to make sense. The various stages, the ongoing stages, is the gaslighter wants to take it to a stage where they no longer have to gaslight you anymore, where whatever they say, whatever they do, a bit like a dictatorship. See North Korea. Whatever you do, whatever you say, isn't questioned anymore, because the fear levels are, you wouldn't dare question that person anymore. I don't know about you, but it would take a hell of a lot of convincing that these people wouldn't want that North Korea style dictatorship walking down the street. You didn't bow low enough. Niche. Why wouldn't they want that? It's part of their makeup. It's part of who they are. They want the power, the influence. And what is that? It's all built on fear. It's all built on loosh. It's all built on not being questioned. You really think they want to do interviews like that, answering such low-level questions from plebs? No. The goal is ultimate fear, and, well, digital ID will certainly help with that. Ta-ta.